My name is Jonathan Goldfarb from tennisconsulting.net. It's been a pleasure to get this opportunity, thanks to Maria, to work with her students to enhance the program a little bit. Paris and her great parents, Shad and Lou. So thanks for the opportunity. I'm here just assisting in any which way. I want to learn from you. You maybe can learn something from me. And it's all about making the student better. You know, coaches always have to improve. Parents always need new awareness. Students, of course, need new awareness. And so that's what this program is going to be about. Really the essence of the swings, because it's very hard. Someone like Paris hasn't been playing that long. So to feel the essence, that's why we were doing some half stroke, okay, where we start here. So she feels the contact of the ball here, going out, and then over, and then using her core and going through the shot. And then being able to hit in precise places. You know, because in my opinion, I got to get you that book called DMAIC. Remind me about that. But if you, I think it's very important to be able to hit in precise places. You know, in other words, setting up a target and being able to have ball control. You know, so that's what I was trying to work with her on. You know, through the half stroke and working, and then integrating the more of the bigger stroke. So, and the same thing with the serve, we had to really, dissect it. Because so instead of doing the full stroke, we didn't even do the half stroke where you start from here and then go like here. We did what's like the quarter stroke. So we went from here, went like this, and then, okay, so that was the second main thing I worked on, and also the footwork like you were working on. The split step especially. I notice a lot of players, they don't split step. It's unbelievable. So we were working on the split step and the timing of the split step. Always split stepping when the other person hits. Right. You know, and doing it all the time. The basic professionalism. So, and then I gave Paris a routine to do before the practice, because I see that Paris is very, very disciplined, but if we can make the routine that much more efficient, so when she's spending the time, it's much more quality for her. So, Paris, do you want to come over here and let's see the routine you were doing?
Just making sure.
Yeah, well, we actually, I'll try to do the routine.
Okay,
yeah, because we want to be able to do these, but that's okay, that's a good start. Okay, so the first routine that we actually did was no footwork, okay? So we can really isolate the stroke. So we went from here like this, again, the left hand that you've been working on with Maria. We even do the left hand from the half stroke. So we're like this, focused. Remember, the eye focus is right on the ball. We're always focused on the ball. So at this point, the eyes are really here, right on the ball, because the ball has come from the other side and it's right here. So my eye focus is right on the ball. Half stroke, going out, using the core, keeping the upper body upright like this, out, and then going over and finishing like this. So we did a few of those, like this, boom, like this, right? So this one is with no footwork because we want to simplify it as much as possible. Then we went on the backhand side, we went from this, and the left, using our left. And I saw Maria doing that a lot, huh? The left hand,
yeah.
So emphasizing even in the shadow hit. So, and it's very important on the left, even though you're not a lefty, is you might as well hit the lefty correct so you can feel the right parts of the stroke. Keeping the left arm out here, half stroke like this, okay, and the same thing, upper body upright, and getting your torso into the shot and going out like this, okay, boom, boom. So a few lefties, then the two hands. Two hands, mostly left side on the two hands, because the best two-handed backhands in the world, in fact, Vince Spadia, who will be here in a couple weeks, he perhaps had one of the best backhands ever to play tennis. I mean, his backhand, and he can use, you got to see him hit a lefty forehand. The best backhands in the world, as Maria's teaching you, have the lefty dominated, okay? So when we're doing the two hands, the half stroke like this, okay, arms bent, like Maria's teaching, start with the arms bent, and then go out through the stroke. Arms bent, even on the half stroke, out, mostly left. Even when I'm doing this, I'm feeling my left torso, like this, boom, good, boom, boom. Okay, so let's see you do those strokes, Paris. Half forehand. Well, where's the left arm? Yeah, good. Good, but keep the left arm out there. Yeah. As much as possible. Good. And really watch the ball. We're gonna do this sometimes with players. I notice a lot of players, I don't know about you, Maria, a lot of players, they don't really follow the ball. That's one thing. If you see Roger Federer, his eyes are so glued on the ball. They pick up their head. It's really a bad habit. It's in golf the same way. Okay, good. Okay, now backhands with the left to the left. Same thing, following it. Good, but remember the half stroke. So this is what I do sometimes when I do the half stroke. If you can start with the half stroke. Sorry. So what I do is I put the racket behind, so that this way they don't go back. Okay? Flex, flex. Good. Go through it. Make sure you go through it. So it's not just going over it like this, Paris. Not just going over it. It's that little bit of stretch. That's what the best players do. We talked about that, like Djokovic and Sharapova, to get the penetration of the shot. Again, Spady had unbelievable backhand. I remember when I used to practice with him, 15, 16 over at St. Andrews, all these places around Boca. At that time, I didn't have the higher concepts in my game, and I couldn't even hit with the guy. The guy's penetration on his shots, I mean, he would hit the ball so deep, I mean, with such penetration that most players would pick up. So when you're doing this, you gotta make sure that you're penetrating out the racket. Again, that's where the upper body's upright and the core is here. So your core is penetrating out and over. Okay, so we're not just going over, we're going out and over, okay? Again, let's see the left. Flex. Okay, keep the upper body upright. And remember, remember the peripheral vision, don't look on the side here. Your peripheral vision's gotta see the ball here. So make sure the eye focus, okay? Focus, good, good, go through it. Good. Keep the upper body upright. Upright. See, you're a little bit like this, leaning. That's where that athletic balance is very important, because if not, you won't have enough core into the shot. Okay? Then keep upright. Good. Good. Nice. Very good. Okay, and then the two hands. Two-handed backhand, mostly left. Mostly left. Make sure when you're doing this too, Paris, that you feel the rackets on the ball. That it's not just like this. You feel like the racket's whipping here. You know, feel the racket hand on the ball, okay? And you can hear the sound. When I'm hitting it, you can hear the sound. Watch the difference. See, there's no sound there. Now you hear the sound. It's here, like this, here, boom. And I'm feeling my core into the shot. And remember we talked about letting go on the shot, not being methodical. Here we go. Good, focus. Keep the upper body upright. Upright. Remember, don't look to the side. Yeah. Good. Good. So that was the first part, to make sure you do the half stroke. And then after a while, Miriam, my thought process is that after a while, she doesn't have to do that, because I instruct the students as well to do this, but they're doing mostly full strokes, because they kind of, if I've worked with them after a while, you know, they'll do the full stroke. So, I mean, you might want to, it's up to you, when when you guys are working to do this and then do the half stroke and then the full stroke. But again, the problem is, in my experiences, when they progress too fast, then they lose the essence of the swing that's being worked on. So that's why, you know, really, because I can hit the ball very well with just hitting a half stroke, because, you know, the most important part is going through the contact and out. So if you can learn that, and then can learn the second part, which is to use more core, you know, starting with even a further stroke, and then doing the backswing and the full swing. But the problem is, if she doesn't have the essence, like on the serve, that's why her serve, I kind of broke down her serve to feel this, and to feel like she was popping the serve with none of this, because I was trying to make her feel the essence, which we'll do today. You know, but if they go too quickly, then they kind of lose it. And then they become like decent at this, and they have a decent at this, decent at that, but they're not great at anything. That's from my experiences. And I know I wasn't always the best student. You know, I didn't want to learn all this technique stuff, especially because I was very good when I was 12. I had mentally I was very strong, strategically very strong, but I didn't have all this. That's why when I played Vince Spady at 15, we would hit, I couldn't even hit with the guy, you know, because he was working on his strokes and I was kind of limited. That's why working on the essence is very, very important in my opinion. Yeah, so, you know, maybe, you know, when you feel like she's ready to get past this half stroke, maybe, you know, so even doing the footwork drill. So the next drill that I was doing with her on the shadow hit was like this, split step, boom, 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 same thing. And then doing the split step move. Split, move, move to the side. Good, like here. So feeling it when doing the footwork. Okay, so let's see it in comparison. Half stroke.
Half stroke?
Yeah, half stroke, split step. Good, feel more core on there. Stretch it. Nice. Good, half stroke, half stroke. Good, keep that left arm out. Good job. So then we were doing it from the side, and then, sometimes, that's where the cone, sometimes I place a cone here, then the up one, so it's the same thing. And this, I also teach the advanced split step. A lot of players, what they'll do is, we can talk about this later, but they split on one leg at a time to get bigger, to get more of a power step. So it's here and it's like this instead of both feet. So like when I'm actually going on an up forehand, what I'll do is, we don't have to work on this right now, but just as a vision of what we're working on, is I'll go up to an up forehand like this, and what I'll do is pivot this foot like this. I'll pivot and then I'm up like this. So in other words, I'm not splitting like this and then going like this, because I'm actually saving time. So I'm like this and like this. So my first step is actually on the split is here. But a lot of players, they don't pivot the foot, so they go like this and then they take an extra step. And in tennis, as we know, it all comes down to timing of the steps at the better and better levels. Everything's got to be efficient. So at least move up to the forehand and split. So up, split, okay, with the half stroke. I'm used to doing the full stroke doing this. Up, half stroke, so you feel the essence of the swing. So a couple up ones.